Good morning, everyone. Check out my Halloween mug. This is probably the closest we're going to get to a Halloween episode. My apologies, guys, because I am super busy this year. I'm taking some night classes at McGill University to increase my educational profile. I'm back being a phys ed teacher, so there's a lot more physically demanding hours. I switched back to the English and French immersion school. It was a tough decision leaving Gardenia. It's a one-year transition, but we'll see how it goes. But there's definitely later hours now, a lot more coaching as well. Like I said, I'm taking classes at McGill University, and I'm also taking online courses at UBC, the University of British Columbia. So on top of a full-time job and having a 1.5-year-old daughter and a new fiance, Dallas and I are getting married. I proposed to her and she said yes. So for those of you that have been following the channel for a long time, imagine where I was 3-4 years ago and to where I am now. I'm on top of the world and I feel great. So let's do a video. We're going to do a top 5 most valuable NES games. And I was tagged by MT Shark. Mark, thank you very much. Mark tagged me twice, once at the end of the summer and just his last video. You can check out his videos down in the description. I will put those in there for you. But he tagged me for my most valuable SNES games, which you would think on this channel I would have done. And I will get to that. I want to get to that. I have my SNES stuff out here now. I got my NES stuff down here. But we're going to do a top 5 most valuable NES games. So without any more further ado and rambling, let me go check on my baby. I hear her crying, and then we'll look at 5 NES games. So to begin, guys, I'm not going to be showing you anything ridiculously super expensive. I don't have any special NES carts. I don't have any of the heavy hitters. I might have 1 or 2 that are in the, you know, for lack of a better term, top 10 most expensive games, but you're not going to find anything like Snow Brothers or Little Samson or Panic Restaurant. What I suggest, and I'd like to hear from you down in the comments, is, I go repro. I go reproduction. I go right on, like AliExpress, and I just pick up reproduction carts for me. I'm not reselling it. I'm not showing it off saying, look, this is the real deal. I just buy them so that I can play them and they look great on the shelf. So something like Panic Restaurant comes in its own little decorative box. So I have Panic Restaurant, yes, but it's not the real Panic Restaurant. It's not the $800 one. I don't care. I don't need it. If I find it in the wild, damn right I'm going to buy it though. Same thing with Little Samson. I bought the repro cart. You can see that on one of my flea market adventures. I bought this for like $20–25. I'm not spending $1,000 on a cart. And speaking of which, guys, you can get all of those great games on these multi-carts. These are 2 fantastic multi-carts. We have the 150 in 1 and the 143 best NES games. If you're looking to play these games and you don't need them in your collection to say, I have them, these are the best way to go. So the way it's going to work is, it's not in any order. It's going to be a top 5, but it's not going to go from 5 to 1 or from 1 to 5. So I did a little research. I did my due diligence like I like to do. So when Mark tagged me, he was going off price charting. Price charting is in American money, US dollars, and also in the area that I hunt, in the Montreal area, the Quebec area, and upstate New York, because we're so close to the border. We're about 45 minutes away, so I do a lot of hunting there too. For me, I don't know how it is in your neck of the woods, but for me, I've never, ever heard anyone pull up price charting or say that they got their prices from price charting. It's always been eBay prices that they use, or they'll go under eBay pricing. So what I did is I'm going to show you in Canada, in my area, what the value would be for these games. So I have them as, well, you'll see price charting, you'll see eBay prices, and then I have a few friends that work at 2 different retro stores. So I spoke to both of them and I did about the average of what they would charge. Not what they think the value is or what they would pay to get the game, what they would put sticker price in their store for said games. Make sense? Ready? Okay, here we go. Okay, so we'll say number 5, Pro Sport Hockey, and I have it, I guess, being shown first because if you look at that label damage, he's been haggard. Also at the bottom, you see that this has come from a movie rental store. This was from Videotron. Yeah, Club Videotron. So I got this all their sports titles were 99 cents. I bought this about 6 or 7 years ago for 99 cents. So for pro sport hockey, on price charting it goes for $110. On eBay, I went to buy it now. This is ebay.ca, buy it now. So the average price is $170. And I called my local, I talked to my buddy, and he said he would put it out at $75 if the label was in good condition. I showed him a picture of mine, he said maybe $60. Number 4, Kickmaster, which is actually a pretty good game. I haven't made it too far. I didn't really give it too much gameplay. I've seen people do walkthroughs for certain levels, and I like the different mechanic. After you beat an enemy, you have the option of powering up different skills with the items that they drop. So Kickmaster by Taito, again, in price charting, it's valued at $85. eBay, buy it now, ebay.ca, is average $120. And I called my local where I got this from. I bought this maybe 10 years ago when the store first opened. I bought this for $5, and they talk about it now. They're still kicking themselves. Remember that time you bought Kickmaster off me for $5? The local, they said they put it out for about 90. I'm going to slide in here and give you another example. I know I'm breaking the order, but this is just a little snippet. Example, at the flea market, at thrift stores, Darkwing Duck, I see people selling these for like $50, $60. On price charting, it's not that high, but again, in my neck of the woods, Darkwing Duck has become a, like a second tier, like a B-level game for collectors, and I see it going for about $40 to $60 all the time. I was lucky I picked mine up for $15. Number 3 from Bandai, Chubby Cherub. Chubby Cherub is a very weird game. If you haven't played it, I suggest Google it, YouTube it to see what the gameplay looks like. That's Arco Play with the stuff down there. So again, we'll go through the pricing for Chubby Cherub. I bought it at the flea market for maybe $10, I think 2011, 2012-ish. So Chubby Cherub goes for, on price charting, $62. On Buy It Now, the average price on eBay, I found it for $104. And my local guys said that they would probably put it on their shelf now for $70. That's a $70 sticker. And when I asked, just out of curiosity, what would they pay me? They said they gave me about $25, $30 for it, and they'd put it out for $70. Gotta make money, right? Number 2, one that I just picked up a few months ago. This is Battletoads and Double Dragon. So this is one of those, I guess you would say, the top 10 harder to find or most valuable games, or at least I thought, because I bought this for what I thought I was paying sticker price. I paid $55 for it. For me, that's a lot for an NES game. Like you've heard me say on videos before that I'm not paying full price for Xbox One and PS4 games now. I'll wait for them to come down. But it's a game I really wanted. I had extra cash on me, so I decided to pick it up. So for Battletoads Double Dragon, price charting has it at $64. $85 Canadian, buy it now for eBay. And my local, the other local, said that they would give, I think, $40 in store credit, and they would put $90 sticker on it, $90 for that. So, it's not a $100 game. At least to me, it's one of my had to have for the collections. Like I didn't spend a lot. Like the same thing too. Like now that I'm thinking about it more, like if I saw a real Little Samson or a real Snow Brothers or a real Panic Restaurant, one of those games, and somebody was asking $100 and it were real and it were verified, I probably would spend $100 just to have it, but I wouldn't go into $200-300 up to like the crazy eBay prices. And number 1 for my loose top 5 most valuable NES games is Metal Storm. A very tricky game, but a fun mechanic where you fight on the ceiling and you fight on the floor. I enjoyed it. I came close to beating it, but I've never beaten Metal Storm. I will have to get to it again eventually. Another game I found out in the wild way back when, there wasn't a lot of people looking for NES games. I'm by no means saying I was one of the first guys, but I think I mentioned it before when I first hurt my ankle and I was kind of out of commission playing old video games. Like I've been looking for video games since 2006, 2007. So Metal Storm, the first copy I bought, might have been like a $2-3 game on somebody's table. Anyway, for price charting, Metal Storm, $105. eBay.ca, buy it now, average price $130, and asking my buddies at the local, they said they'd put a $100 sticker on Metal Storm. So that's my top 5 loose NES games. Honorable mentions, you know, like I have the Mega Mans, the Castlevanias, what else is there? Cryon Quest, the Frankenstein game, a lot of games. Again, just doing the research, I actually really appreciate the tag mark, because I got out of caring about the value of games. Well, I don't want to say like I didn't care, but I wasn't actively searching the way I might have 6 or 7 years ago. So there's certain games that kind of snuck up on me, like showing Darkwing Duck 2 or like Return to Silas. There's games that have come up in price that I didn't know that they were, you know, like above $40–50 now. So this was a fun little thing to do. I just want to show you a couple of box things quickly, and we'll close out the video. One of my favorite boxed ones, nice to look at. I haven't actually opened, but I don't feel bad now because Mark also showed games and boxed items that haven't been opened yet, but this is Cheetah Man 2, The Lost Levels. I didn't get the shirt with it, so I only spent like $80, $90. There was a promotion for it a few years ago. I'm going to leave this sealed because I have no intention of playing it, because you can find the ROM online to play. And, you know, it's still not a great game, just something that, again, at the time I had the money, I wanted to pick it up. Now, if you look on price charting, they have Cheetah Man 2 listed at over $1,000. This isn't it. This is the finished game, The Lost Level, so I would say it's like $130, $140. It's gone up a bit, but this is like, for me, this is not something I would sell anyway. And then just, you know, hunting out in the wild, you have to have, these are 2 of them, get that shine off of there. Maybe this is a thumbnail, I don't know. Was this the thumbnail? Boxed and complete, The Legend of Zelda and the Adventures of Link. So, you know, loose, they go for anywhere between $15 to like $35, but boxed, they're about $100 each. Well, actually, this is a little less, about $60, but about $100. These are like 2 of the best boxed games I have. Just quickly and haphazardly, I wanted to show you that I have several boxed NES systems. The Power Glove, Rob, a lot of different games in their boxes and different things that I'd like to share with you one day, but you know, today is just about the video games. Now I have to tag a few YouTubers to do their top 5 NES games, and if you've already done a top 5 NES video, please leave that link down in the comments. I'd love to watch it, and other viewers will have the opportunity to click your link and check it out as well, because I love watching these to see what people's top 5s are, how they found them, how much they spent on them, if they liked the game, if they've ever played the game. There's always an interesting story to it. Again, check out MT Shark 7, Mark's channel. He was the one that tagged me. Really appreciate it. I'm glad I got to do this video. It was fun doing the research, like I said, checking out price charting and seeing how values increased and decreased over the years on certain games. So let's start off with, let's tag Erik, Humble Bumble. If you haven't done one already, I'd like to see your top 5 NES games. A fellow new father. Humble Bumble's channel is, he's very opinionated. He'll go on rants on certain movies, but I don't know, he's got a candor to him that I just always have to watch his stuff. I really like his channel. So Erik, Humble Bumble, you've been tagged. Let's go with Video Game Lover 58. I know he's more, I would say, like on the Sega side. He's got, he's already done his collections. He's done his Genesis collections. He's a fun channel to check out as well. So Video Game Lover 58, I want to see your top 5 NES games. And last, let's go, let's try and get Riff. Let's get Aaron and the guys. So we'll go, he watches every once in a while. I always appreciate when he comments and likes videos. We'll go PIXELGAMESQUAD, whatever your name is for this week. They seem to change their logo and their name often, but I'd love to see what your guys' take is on a top 5 video game, or even if you just go into your office and interview people how you have done previous episodes. That would be really interesting to see. And again, if you have a top 5 already done, leave that link down in the comments because I want to watch it. And you know, as always, I'm super appreciative for everyone that takes the time to watch my videos, like them, comment. You know, I love talking to you guys down in the comments. I feel like I've made real friends just by doing this, just by standing in front of a camera and talking. Like, perfect example, Mark. Somebody I didn't know 2-3 years ago. Now we talk on Facebook, we tag each other in YouTube comments, we watch each other's videos, and it's really appreciated that he actually tagged me 2 times in a row. So I'm gonna get to that Super Nintendo one too. I guess that's it, guys. So enjoy the rest of your day. Have a good coffee, and happy early Halloween, guys. I'm out of here. Take care. Almost forgot one. Dino's Video Games. Dino, you and your wife are also tagged. I'd love to see your top 5 NES games. We'll do some YGN discussions. Maybe we'll do a poll next week after you guys get a chance to put your video out as well. See you guys later.